Hey guys, how you doing? We are live again. We were just got done at the coffee shop a little bit ago, packed up, and I came home so we could do this here Sunday hangout with you guys. So yeah, quite a bit going on there. So one thing too, if you guys are wanting to have your names, if you're on Facebook and for your name to show up through Restream, you just basically got to give them permission. So there is a link there in the chat that you can go to. And that way, when you guys do get on, then I know who it is. Otherwise, it'll just say Facebook user. So it's pretty much up to you guys if you want to do that. However, it would make it a lot more helpful to know who's who in the chat. So that's what that link's for. Basically, just you're going to give this company the permission to show your name. That's about what it boils down to. So, with that said, I appreciate you guys showing up today. Mythos, Mini Worma, Charles, and everybody else. Very much appreciate it. So it is always a fun time for the most part to hang out. We talked about some of the games we've been playing this year. And next year you're going to see more structure from us. We tend to kind of go everywhere, but we got to kind of refocus on some things. Oh, hey, Piranha, how are you? How are you there? I appreciate you coming by. Hopefully you're having a good Sunday. My Sundays are good anytime I have coffee, so it doesn't take much really to make me too happy. But yeah, so far so good. And again, you're going to get more of a schedule from us after the first of the year, and we'll start posting up that schedule for you and let you know. This might make it a little easier too. Also, again, you guys are invited to use that link that I put in the chat if you're on Facebook, so that we know who you are. Hi, Charles. How are you, sir? Well, I'm done with this. I got to re-video what we did on the table over here, and then I'm going to upload that. I'm going to try to get that uploaded to YouTube tonight. So I'll either let it come out tonight or tomorrow. And that's going to be the Germans' first move on that game. So that way you can see what we attempted anyways. just don't laugh at us too hard. But we'll do that. And then Keegan will be by, I think, tomorrow. After work, he'll swing by, and then we'll do the Soviets counter move. So it'll probably be a total of 4 parts since it's 2 moves. That way we could just keep it simple, and if we're screwing up, then you guys could let us know real quick. That way we don't go too far if we're making a mistake. So that'll be up for you there later, sir. Well, the schedules, yeah. I guess our group, we've got so many games that we do that we kind of do last minute changes. And I kind of want to just have a little bit more organization to it is all. Because I'm not opposed to playing any game, to be honest with you all. I'll play whatever. If someone wants to show me, I'll try, because that's what gaming's about. And I've also get a chance to learn about games such as the one that you guys have got me involved with, things I didn't know. So I get to learn. So I certainly don't mind it. I am putting my coffee cups to good use, though, because I'm making them the little chit holders. For now, I don't have anything official or baggies or anything to put them in, but I just threw them in coffee cups. That'll work. And so yeah, so that's where that's going at. And like we had touched about earlier, the March to Victory there, we'll be out there, and I'll be able to say hi to people in person like McMurray and stuff. So hopefully Mini Warmut gets his butt out there and goes from Arizona to there. I think he can do it, if he wants to. So he might be out there too. And there we go, man. It's been a pretty good day. It's just been a little busy. It took a little bit to pack up when we were done at that coffee shop. Oh my goodness, it's Frosted Fists again. Hey, Mythos, if you didn't see my little 2 or 3 minute video on that new game I'm doing, I'm using your cup as a holder for these little pieces in there. Yay! You're the Germans, by the way. So, and in my cup, I got the Soviet little chits in there for her. So when we draw, we just reach into the coffee cup and pull. So there you go, Mythos. Not only do I use your cup for coffee, I use it to put game pieces in. But I do not use it to wash paintbrushes with, ever. It's it's a drinking cup, and now we're gonna do that. So you might see your cup in the video later on the second move, and then the third, and probably the fourth move. So we'll see. You grew up in Germany, so that works. Well, there you go. Now you're a part of history, whether you like it or not. So that's cool. They had the better equipment. All politics and all the other stuff aside, the Germans had some really kick butt stuff, and very interesting. Oh, all right. Charles says that everyone uses coffee cups. Yeah, scavenge them from your garage over the years. There you go. Why not? I mean, they're good. They're going to hold these little cardboard chits. And look, there's Mini Warm-Up. He joined us just in time to hear me talking about chits. Again. Yeah. Sorry, Mini Warm-Up. I was just talking to Mythos and Charles there. But you, sir, we got to get that Zombicide thing. And did you get your FedEx of your long-awaited game yet, sir? Because you were pretty excited about that. And bye. Can't just run out and leave Mini Warm-Up, for God's sakes. But yeah, so that's kind of where that's at for right now, you guys. And then my goal this week, upcoming week, is to get 2 unboxings done and get through this one game. Yeah, I told him, Charles, it'll be okay. He hasn't lost me to the dark side or anything like that. It's an interesting game. Even Keegan's looking at it going, okay. I will tell you the only drawback I have, again, are my hands. These fingers are very large to try to grab these little squares. I keep knocking my little stacks over. But, I mean, being brand new to it, I don't care. At least I remember what's in the damn stack. So to me, it's an upside. But yeah, and Mini Warm out there, you got some good banter that goes back and forth with Keegan. He likes to do that back and forth stuff. He has fun with it. Okay, so you're playing the Santa game. Then are you gonna video that up then, Mini Warm Up, so we can see it, or because that'd be interesting. All these people are talking about what a cheery time of year it is, and Mini Warm Up here has made it a horrific thing. So, yeah, there you go. Holy crap, Keegan's in the room. So, hello, Keegan. We were just talking about you. Well, we're just curious, Mini Warm Up, how the game will go, in all honesty. So, and you're the one that's come up with all this darkness, so we just kind of want to see where you're, what you're doing with it. There you go, Keegan. Mythos is happy to see you. By the way, Mythos, I caught him on Amazon on his phone while we were doing our little video cast earlier. He was looking at suction cup tassels. So Charles. So Jeff at Hex to Hex said you were going to be on the dark side when you started with minis. There's a game I may send Jeff that will combine both. I really don't see how he could get out of it, because there's some good stuff that combine both. And what's basically the same premise, They're already ordered to be on the way here tomorrow. Now, remember, Keegan, the suction cup ones, they could leave a rash. So, just be careful. We don't want you going to the emergency room because of crazy stuff. But so it's okay. Back to what Charles was saying there, because we're kind of like the pachinko machine. The little ball bounces everywhere. So I'm not die hard in just one game. Neither is Keegan. Otherwise, I mean, a lot of people have a lot of knowledge in specific games, and I think that's great. We're kind of just dangerous enough on each one we touch. But on the other hand, we get to explore a lot of things. So it's good that way. I enjoy the variety. Charles says he's been pushing. No, wait, Keegan, you're not sending pics to me. No, 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 no. Don't send it to me and say you're in charge, Greg, of deciding what's shown. No, because I cannot unsee things, Keegan. And no, Charles, naval games are fun, and they didn't look like it. Like I've said several times before, when I first seen them there, I was like, these are kind of boring, but they're actually not boring once you play them. And they're pretty good. The few that I've played, I can't speak for all of them, but most certainly, it's pretty cool on some of them there, and it does give you a variety. And then the age we're playing in is like the piracy age. So with Oak and Iron, you got around the 1700s. They call it the age of piracy. No, this is not my last show before Christmas. Mythos, just it's kind of the last weekend where for sure Keegan can make it and Clint can make it at the same time. So they wanted to do like a year in review of what we were doing game wise. And then as the new year comes up, me and Keegan are working on getting a schedule. We're going to do it like 3 months at a time. So at least we have an idea. And then during the week, not counting our coffee shop, that's when, now that a lot of this major work's done that I've had to have done, that was imperative to where I live to be done. It's trying to sort through that. So honestly, you guys, my goal is by the end of the year, this is caught up. Things are rearranged, and basically got it more set up, because during the week, if I got to do some solo games, I can do that, and then on the weekends I can meet with the group and so on. But this way, I want to get a little more content out there. I've actually had surprisingly quite a few emails asking me about doing more podcasts, because we used to do them all the time. And I look back and I'm like, wow, I've got several thousand downloads. So maybe that's not millions, but it's thousands of downloads that make me feel good that people have listened. And so I really want to concentrate too on getting back to doing my actual audio podcasts, because that's a whole separate group. Although, except for you, Mythos, I know you were listening like when you were driving and stuff. I know you used to listen to mine and Clint's commute when we did that all the time. And so the rest of the month we'll just play it by ear. But for me, obviously Christmas Day is on a Sunday, so I won't do that. Everybody's got things they're doing with their family and stuff, but might just jump on and do something impromptu Saturday night. Other than that, and plus I do want to try to rearrange my schedule a bit more so that I can be more interactive with you guys, Mythos, on your show, because it's always fun. It's a good show. I always enjoy listening to you guys, and so does Keegan and stuff. So that's all. We're just going to try to organize it. This year's just been crazy chaotic, right? And Charles says, you've been medieval and fantasy mostly with minis, got some future sci-fi. Yeah. I like medieval stuff. Do you want to hop on the show? Yeah, you can, to give me a gift. Oh, please, it's not an 8x10 of Keegan, is it? Hold on. Yeah, you're more than welcome to hop on the show, man. Hold on a second here. And I'm going to put that in the chat there. There you go. There's the link there. Oh God, it's one of Freaks. Yeah, it's the year of organizational attempt. Yes, Keegan. It's not going to be an attempt though. I don't think. And Charles, yep, orcs are kind of like the rednecks of the universe. They're kind of cool. They just cobble stuff together. I mean, I ended up having the Space Marines when I first started getting into it. Mythos. You get a bunch of tape then, sir. Get as much tape as you need. Um, so yeah, so Clint was he had quite the orc army, and then he ended up into Blood Angels and Tau, and I've just stayed with the Space Marines because that's enough for me to learn. In all honesty, and then of course able to branch and use other forces and stuff in Warhammer. That's a nice thing, but I have very little to top off my quote army there, um, Charles. And as hobbyists, we can always find more reasons to buy, right? We always can. Just the wallet's like, hey, wait, man, you got to do things like put gas in the car, pay rent, things like that. So, but I don't need much to offset my combat patrol for Warhammer. Literally, just want to get a Redemptor Dreadnought, um, one of the Invictor walking suits, and one of the tanks. Just those three items, and then that's it. I don't want to expand it anymore because I want to keep it where it's usable, kind of swap it out and do smaller scale battles, just because that's the way it is. That's why I like Kill Team. But Kill Team is quick and kind of to the point and um, faster paced. So I kind of like that. Charles says he tries to stay away from magic. Yeah, see, I don't. When I go to fight, I don't want to be using. And don't take it wrong. I just personally, I want to do combat. I don't want to be casting spells and using all this other stuff that's more like for other kinds of gaming. When I'm there to fight, in reality, on the battlefield, they're not out there casting spells on the battlefield. You know what I mean? So I'm more of a straight up. I'd rather fight. I'm not. I don't really care so much about the psyker abilities and all that other stuff. A lot of people do. I don't really know how to use it, but it's not. I don't know. I want to do the combat part of it. And that's kind of why, as much as I love medieval stuff, and I do, that's kind of why I stayed away from the one in Zombicide, because I'm there to fight zombies, not concoct potions and stuff. Hold on a second. Aha! There you are, sir.
Hey, my
Now,
brother. What up, baby?
hopefully not Keegan. So he's bragging people don't stand a chance against his Voton. Probably not.
I mean, Voton are really strong. Voton are
That,
really strong.
but I look at it there, Mythos. I just got to change my tactics then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I'll figure it out, or I'll lose figuring it out. But I don't want to give Keegan too much bragging rights.
You know, some of those things that you were thinking about adding, like a Redemptor, might help out. Redemptors are very strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are different tactics, different things you can add to your army to help spice. So I think you've got some Eradicators because you bought the
Indominus
the what?
The Indominus set.
The Indominus set. Yeah, Eradicators are some of the best units in the in Space Marines overall right now. So Eradicators are really good. One thing that might help you, well, I try to, well, typically around this time of year, something I do quietly, I don't usually do videos on, is I just send out a couple of presents to a couple other channels. Freak and I just like to share some hobby love, right? However, we're a little more broke this year with all the craziness of this year. And so this year we just selected like one or two channels and just put a little more work into it, a little more effort instead of like just sending gifts. And I know you love Ultramarines. And so I worked all
Oh,
month on painting up the
holy
Primarch
shit!
of the Ultramarines, Rabute Gilliman. This
I
is the
say that's.
Supreme Commander. This is the
Oh
big
wow!
boss. This is the highest ranking member of the Ultramarines, the Big Daddy. He wields the Emperor sword. And yeah.
Yeah, that was a model I was looking at, man. That's badass paint job you did with the sword, especially.
And I just finished him Friday or Thursday. And there's no way it's going to make it to your place by Christmas. So I thought I might hop on and show him to you and just
Wow,
tell you
dude.
that I've really appreciated being friends with you here on Gamers with Coffee. I don't know, for the last year or so. And yeah, I just
Thank you,
hope
man.
you have it.
Wow, that's hugely appreciated, Mythos and Freak. That's now you kind of got me. Wow, thank you, man. That is most generous. Very much so. And I will use it to slay Keegan's Voton.
Do it.
Wow, very cool, man. I can't thank you enough for that, man. Honestly,
You're very welcome,
literally,
brother.
wow. So the only thing I can do now is if you get a big box with holes and it sounds like someone's duct tape, it's probably Keegan.
We're
About to
getting our
FedEx
own,
him.
very own Keegan for Christmas. Awesome.
I'll have to FedEx him, man. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Mythos. Damn. Kind of I don't even really know what to say about that, but that's an awesome paint job. Okay, Mini Wormut's right. I won't. There's no crying allowed in miniature gaming. I will say one thing about this hobby, though, man. There's people who are really good people in this hobby, and it's not like some of the others. Like in the video game world, there's just a lot of hostility towards other players
Oh
all the
yeah, for
time.
sure.
And you got assholes here, I'm sure, but for the most part, it's not. Everybody that I've run across literally is helpful. And yeah, Charles, that is a great gift. And yeah, thank you, Mythos. Like I literally don't know what to say other
It's all
than
good.
wow.
It's all good.
No, man, that makes me feel good. I
I,
greatly appreciate that.
I've been threatening to paint something for you since the first time you were on our show. So
You know, and I've been wanting to save up the money to get a Redemptor, and I've been thinking about how am I going to do this so I can just like get it from Amazon and send it to you, and then give you something to paint it because your painting's way better than mine. So
I'm okay. I've just been doing it a while.
yeah, I'm trying and I'm getting a little better at it, but it's
I
this
have
is
to say, and nothing to bash on what you've done previously, but seeing you be more active in painting this year, I've seen a lot of progression from where you were this time around this time last year to where you are now.
yeah,
Lots of progression.
I've learned more, and that's the relaxing part to me. I mean, I enjoy putting them together and then painting them until you knock over a pot of paint.
I still do that.
Yeah, and I'll have to try this the Sharpie pen thing with the airbrush. That is an interesting concept there.
Also, not even with the airbrush. When I was first starting painting, and I was struggling, with brush control and stuff like that. I did a lot of my silvers, like the shoulder pad trim and the swords and stuff like that, with a silver Sharpie marker because the gold and silver Sharpie metallics rub really well on acrylic paint.
Now I can see where that would be a big help too, like getting the fine tip ones and getting things done. Because sometimes, no matter what I've found with the brush, if you have one stray hair, well, that'll
Oh yeah,
screw things up. Even when you're not, you're like, and then it's how'd you get that over here? And yeah. Wow. Well, thank you, Mythos. I mean, I'm still kind of speechless, man.
it's okay. It's my pleasure.
But he will be put to good use. We'll have to do a game now, Keegan, and video it instead of you constantly painting your Rotan. We'll just have
And
to
and
get
we got
there.
to get you to Texas sometime so you can kick my butt with the model.
I'm going to show up there one day. It's really not that far of a drive. Um, just forewarn your family. That's all, you know. And I wouldn't mind just do it. See, things like that to me are just like fun. That convention that we went to last March, we're going to do again next March, and that's a 5 hour drive, but really expense wise, it's not much. It's basically gas and some food. It's not like we're going to Florida or something and going to cost us $2,000. It's just kind of a neat little thing to go meet other gamers and check out other stuff too. So
That's going to be really neat.
yeah, makes for a good. Oh wow! See what Keegan said. Oh God,
I
Keegan.
mean, well, I would not have a problem with that. I don't actually have a spare bedroom.
I,
I live in
I, I have a problem, Ethos. I do.
I have a 2-person apartment, or a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 people.
I can see your wife go outside. Hey, honey, why is there a tent in the yard? Ethos says, "We got company coming."
You should put your buy me a coffee there in your description so that way people can help with your trip to like Iowa and stuff like that.
And this description here?
Yeah, like the description of your
Oh, I
your
put it. Well, yeah, you had talked to me about that before. I don't. I just kind of feel. Sometimes I feel awkward about that. You know what I mean? But I guess I could put it in there.
uh
But yeah, it's one of those things where it was appreciated. It made the difference last year of having to sleep in the car with Keegan, or at least at the other end of a room. Even at gunpoint, at least I was in a corner. But
see, see, guys didn't have to do the whole huddled up hugging for
yeah,
warmth in the car.
he looks at me and he's all, "Come on, Greg, we'll cuddle for warmth." I'm like, "Dude, it's 85 degrees. This is not. I'm not gonna fall for that excuse." So, yeah, at least we have some fun. Although, depends on what you feed him before you get him in the car. That's all I can say. Deployable masks are needed.
I can definitely see where arthritis and carpool would definitely make painting much more of a chore.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're happy with how they are, Charles, and your game, I mean, you don't have to have them painted anyways, but we all do. Yes, Keegan. That's at least politely wording it in the chat, letting one rip. Apparently, one day he'll be a politician if he can just figure out how to word things. But it's to the point. So yeah, it'll be interesting. And poor Mini Warmut's worried about me doing this other game, Mythos, but I'm not going to leave the miniature world. There's no way. But this is something that's quite interesting and a little bit different. So far, it's a
Never a bad thing to expand your horizons.
no, it's not, and it's just a matter of like anything else, learning how this plays as opposed to other stuff. So, but there's the drawback. There's too many rule systems now, and then sometimes you got to stop and go, wait a minute, what do I do with this again? But other than that, it's all right.
I mean, I think there's benefits going both ways. Like there's specialists like Brian has like 500 sets of Zombicide and is extremely well versed in Zombicide.
Yeah,
Similar for me, I have 15 different Warhammer armies, and I'm pretty good at knowing some of the nuances of Warhammer, keeping up with the story and all that. And then like yourself, who instead of going the specialist route, you know a great deal about a lot of different systems. You've got a lot of different miniatures and designers and makers, and you've got some games that are token based, like you were talking about with Clint earlier. And then you've got some of them that are straight board games, and you are kind of the jack of all trades when it comes to gaming.
yeah, that's kind of us. But I have had people tell me you should be more niche specific, you'll go further and do this, that, but that's just not me. I like the game. Like I have questions, I go to you, like that figure. I didn't know what figure was that I got. You're the one to tell me it's so and so with the Master Crafted Bolter, and I was like, oh, see, how the hell would I know? I don't have access to all this knowledge, right?
Oh yeah.
Which, like I said, I finally found a base, and he's now secured. So
I, I apologize that I never got around to sending you the base. The
no,
intention.
you're okay. I'm just like, wait a minute, here's a base, and I honestly think it was out of some other kit. So I'm like, glued. Now I've got him.
I honestly, I meant to put it in the base with this and send it, and I was like, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and paint it for them. And then it took all month to paint, and like now it's not even to get there in time for Christmas. And just I kept putting it off and putting it off because I wanted to send it with your gift. And then you are like, yeah, I found a base, and I'm like, man, I really did take a long time to send him that base.
No, I didn't mean it in a bad way. I was excited because
Oh yeah.
the figure will stand all on its own the way it's posed, which most
Yeah.
of them topple over. This one, sturdy enough, it would just stand there. But with the base, it just made it a lot easier. So yeah, and that's beautiful work you did there, man. I'm very appreciative of what you've got, and I will definitely use it. Mini Wormut says he's going to get me into Marvel United very soon. He is like the hobby crack dealer.
He is.
With and I just don't. I kind of need to stay where I'm at. I've got enough. Yeah. And so I still got to do that Red Dawn kit that I got. I saved for that, got that, and I've got to get that out and do a little video, and then I've got to get it put together because that's going to be going to the show.
So Marvel United looks neat, but I've been really interested in Crisis Protocol lately. And one of the reasons I really love this game is because I grew up on the 90s Fox series of X-Men, and the outfits that the X-Men have in this series, it's basically their 90s costumes from the Fox series.
Oh, and nice.
Yeah, so Oni got me some, and my lovely Lily got me some, and awesome. So I'll probably be painting that up in the new year for sure.
There you go. That'll be nice there, Mythos. And see, I turned it around a little bit too on Mini Wormut because one day he made the mistake of going, well, so what's the big thing about these 15 millimeters, Greg? Now he's buying all these little 15 millimeters and painting them.
That's awesome.
They're fun. Yes, Star Wars Legion. Yes, that's half done. A big thing that set me off was the work that had to be done to the house. I had been waiting, and then all of a sudden you get a call and they got to do it. And it just left a hell of a mess. So between working all day and helping out my son with his daughter and trying to get stuff sorted, it's just taken some time to do. Well, hey, Jeff, how are you, sir? I already have a little bit there transitioned over. Mini Wormut's very upset. He threatened to disown me and said earlier he did not love me anymore, and it's over. But we have a love-hate thing. That's why he's back. So I decided, if I just asked, he'd give me another chance, Jeff. And we did get, I did pull Keegan into it there, Jeff. And we got the Germans' first move done. Hopefully I did it half-ass correct. I think I deducted correctly for the train and all that they had to go through. So yeah, so I'm now tonight. I videoed it, Jeff, just to let you know, but I didn't like the way it came out. So when I'm done with this, I'm gonna redo that, and then the German move will go up, and then tomorrow Keegan will come over, and me and him will do the Soviets. But we are going to do it fairly. Like I want to play both sides equally again. I like this. Like if I were to lose and the bet was I'd have to date Keegan, that's how stringent I want to be that I'm going to try to do it. And I can get a new mutt from the pound.
Charles says he's going to try and get 30 plus lizardmen and either humans or elves and dwarves. That sounds like fun with Dragon Rampant rules. I've heard Dragon Rampant's a good system, maybe a little complex, but I've heard good things about it.
I think some of us hobbyists strive for the complex things. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
absolutely.
Like if everybody says I wish the rules were easier, then you see someone come out with a simpler set of rules and they go, well, what is this? It doesn't do da 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 da. And so I don't know.
Oh,
Um
working on some new trash terrain. That sounds cool.
where Mini Warmat says to ban you, Jeff. Oh
You
yeah,
were
working on
mentioning.
trains fun.
Oh, go ahead.
Whoops. Go ahead, Mythos.
I was just saying you were mentioning Star Wars Legion earlier. Last
Mhm.
or at the beginning of this year, Freak and I put that on our hobby resolution list for this year. It's still sitting in its plastic wrap. We'll probably put it into the next hobby resolution.
You got the box set. It's because when you start on something, you got to be able to finish it, and sometimes you end up getting into more projects than you wanted to. That's happened to me. Um, so now I'm just trying to play catch up. That's why I want to try to organize things a little bit more for next year. And I mean, we can say that, and who knows how it's going to go or what's going to happen. But you know, and you're right, Jeff. Once it's figured out, I think the game will be fun. It's just you'll have to see it. Hopefully, we did these things correctly. It's only going to be 2 turns, so for this scenario. And Osprey Games, huh? Many more mutt. You got into bolt action. Bolt action's bigger, much bigger scale, isn't it? Like 30 something millimeter. It's bigger. It's not 15. No, Keegan. It's not like Farming Simulator. Wow. Keegan, you need to tell him how you got the 10-hour accomplishment. You sat there and played for 10 hours straight without less than a 5-minute break, and you got an accomplishment for playing Farming Simulator.
I watched a little bit of Simulator Let's Play this week. My girl Jane from Outside Xbox, they were doing a Pikachu drawing challenge where they had to take the tractor and carve um, a like a Pictionary kind of game. They had to
Oh
carve
yeah,
a Pikachu into the cornfields. It was pretty cool.
there, Keegan. Be artistic when you're plowing the fields and stuff. He'll sit there or go to his house. Look, Greg, what I'm doing, and 5 minutes later, I'm like, huh, what? Because this thing's just plowing and plowing and plowing, and you're like, now stay away from the pressure washer simulator.
Oh, I love Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah,
There are Warhammer
wash
references in
stuff.
Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah, but dude, in real life, it's rewarding, right? You're as you power wash stuff. So there's a simulator. Keegan showed me that. I'm like, no, that'll take up time. I'm staying
It's
away from
such a fun game, though. It's so satisfying. It's like crazy satisfying. You
Yeah,
watch everything become clean, and then you hear this nice, clean little ding when something is 100% clean.
I know.
It's so satisfying. It's addictive.
Yeah, I could see that, Mythos. He was showing me where they went out to pressure wash this stuff on a playground. I'm like, no, man, if I download this thing, I'm not going to get nothing done.
I
I'm going to
was
sit there
and that,
aimlessly cleaning things.
and then they came out with multiplayer for it, so Freak and I were on together, and
They came out.
I was off while Freak was working on this one wall. I was just taking the needle kind of attachment and writing all over in the filth. And so when Freak came around the corner, one wall said "Space Wolves for Life," another one said uh, "Imperial Fists and Dorn sucks," And I said "Down with the towel." There's just all these Warhammer sayings, but also like some of the graffiti in the game has Warhammer references. Like one is the eight-sided star of chaos. It's some of the graffiti that's in the game, and you got to clean
Well,
it
it's
up.
probably these guys play those games and they just incorporate it.
Yeah, that's what I thought was
Yeah.
amazing. Like, oh my gosh, somebody at Power Wash Simulator plays Warhammer.
Yeah, I just seen that's going to be highly addictive to people. Charles, you like to take data from the book for different war bands, combat teams on a piece of paper. Yeah, making notes is a good thing. Um, Mini Warmont says Zombicide game and Fistful of Lead draw him away. No, eBay draws you away because I get texts from you. Greg, this is on sale. Like, I cannot sell any more children. I have nothing left to give. I cannot buy another thing right now. And yeah, Keegan is addicted. Actually, he got my daughter addicted to that too. Because the one day I went over there, they're both sitting there pressure washing stuff.
I've been so into Imperial Guard stuff lately that I've also been trying to figure out what else can I sell to get more Imperial Guard.
Well, why not? You may as well condense what you're not using out. Condense it down a little. That's slowly what I've been doing here and there because I can't. Otherwise, it's too scattered. But that's like the kill team. I did all this painstaking work on it, and I'm like, all right, Keegan, we were supposed to be playing, and play a game or two. And it's like, well, that was a lot of time on those miniatures. But at least I learned how to magnetize them, and now I got pretty good cases where they're not going to go nowhere.
Oh yeah, and all of it's improving your skill set, magnetizing, the experience painting, all that good stuff. Crystal says, since you have no more kids to sell, I'll let you sell the grandkids.
That's fair, Crystal. We'll do China eBay. I think it's legal over there. Can't do it here though. Could you imagine that? I'm sorry, you just didn't listen, so I'm trading you for a board game. That would be Keegan, so don't give him ideas, Crystal. But yeah, I don't know. Grandkids are fun for me until they get ornery. And my one granddaughter's got a little bit of a feistiness, we call it, huh, Crystal? Keegan wants to sell some Necrons.
Sell some Necrons to get more Voton.
That's probably what he'll do. I bet you if Crystal knew how much he spent, she'd probably slap him. Thank God she doesn't listen. Oh, she's here. Hi, Crystal. Come take them. Yeah. I don't know. And the 9-month-old, I've been having fun playing with her, so we get along pretty good. She's funny though. Yep, more Voton. I'm good. I'm going to stick with my Space Marines for a while until I get down to where we play more and I'm better with them. There are a lot of factions though, man. I could see how you can get pulled into other groups pretty easy. So
I've been so addicted lately. I think I'm going to start doing what Mini Warmut does and start doing some solo battle reports. Because I've got the table set up right now of some of my Space Marines and guard orcs, stuff like that.
Yeah, you may as well. That's one of the reasons I'm thinking why I am redoing this room is so that I want to be able to during the week do extra content since it's I don't got all the distractions most of the time. It's just if I can do something in the evening for an hour, then I got to decide do I want to do a game or do I want to paint? And I'm kind of caught trying to juggle both because like Legion we were talking about, well, half of them are done. Now I got to do the Rebel half. And me being me, I waited till I could find a Rebel paint set. Well, now I have the Rebel paint set so I can quote do them proper, but I just haven't had a chance to paint them. Santa Abomination.
What is the true meaning of Christmas? Is it a special Molotov cocktail?
I know. Look at what he's come up with. Gingerbread men with spears, trees that eat people, presents that kill you. So don't send him out to get you a tree mythos. That's all I can say. Come back with something.
When you ship Keegan down in the cardboard box, make sure you put his Voton in the box with him.
That's probably why he'll be throwing a fit in there when he arrives, because you might just take the Voton out and tell them, hey, I didn't order this other thing. Take it back. You hear this no in a muffled voice. Ooh. Yeah, he's gotten into it quite a bit. He wants to do tournament stuff. Mythos. So I said,
Yeah,
go for it.
I gotta say, I've been
Um,
really enjoying watching his growing enthusiasm for Warhammer. No, don't
yeah.
send him back.
Mm. There you go, Crystal. You got Mythos laughing. Well, I told you, honey, you're my daughter. So just 10% on the insurance is all I need. I don't need much. And just make that 10% out to Games Workshop for a credit. But if he wants to go, I told him, I said, like our local store, you want to go down there and represent the group, then learn. I mean, I'm not anywhere close to being able to do a tournament type of thing, but Keegan has a little bit different time than I do. And if he can do that, more power to him. I mean, if that's what he wants to do, because in our area that's popular, and Magic the Gathering seems to be the next giant thing. It's not that you're only worth 10%, Keegan. It's just that I don't feel right taking any more given what Crystal has had to put up with. Our family's dysfunctional, but it's okay. It's all good.
You guys put the fun in dysfunctional.
Yeah, that is in there, isn't it, Mythos? Dysfunctional. That's right. Who says dysfunctional has to be a bad thing? All them psychiatrists have got it backwards. Pills. Oh man, they make alcohol. You don't need pills. What are you doing? But yeah. Yeah, Keegan, I'm sorry. I have to give her a discount, But did you like that picture I sent there, Mythos, of the granddaughter with her Gamers with Coffee little onesie?
Yes, that was super
Yeah.
cute.
Now, if I could just get her to crawl through the stores without people going, she's on the floor in front of the shopping carts. But yeah, I had that made for her. The local lady does it, and she does a pretty good job. So that was cool. But yeah, I don't know. I want to do some more things this year with all the rest of you guys too, and just kind of keep going forward, trying to have fun and get some things done. Well, the world burns. We're just like, yeah, we've already seen this in lore and how many different kinds of games. So go ahead, let the world burn. Gamers will be used to it, Oh man, I should have shut the stupid volume off.
It reminds me of this little video I saw on Facebook where a gamer opens his curtains in the morning and he sees it's zombie apocalypse outside and he's all excited. He's like, I've been waiting for this. And he straps on this kind of like body armor, and he gets his baseball bat, and he grabs up some golf clubs and stuff like that. And he just goes out and he's having a great time. He's just, knocking the zombies around and stuff like that. And, just enjoying. And he's like, I've been waiting for this my whole life. And then he clubs down the last zombie, and all the zombies are dead around him. He's like, and he looks over to his left, and it's a film crew just looking at him like,
oh no, he killed the film crew. That would be us jumping the gun a little bit there. But yeah, I think gamers would be okay. They'd be like, wow, look at all the panic and people raiding food. Nobody's down at the game store. Now I can get my box sets for free. We just have different priorities. Really, do you need electricity to play these games, Mythos?
No, not at all.
No. And you can't bitch about lag. I always joke people, well, tabletop games, you can't complain about the server lag,
There's still lag in tabletop games. You ever play with the one friend who spends like 10 minutes figuring out their turn?
Yes, I have.
Or the favorite. All right. So the demon comes out, and the demon's doing this and this and this. So shoots an arrow. So and so takes it on their shield. It's your action, huh? They look up from their cell phone. I don't even know what's going on.
You're trying to run the game. Yeah. That actually I've heard people talk about that. That people then even in the video games, Mythos, you go play Call of Duty or anything like this, and people are on their damn cell phone while you're in the middle of a game. Like, should you not just be gaming? I mean,
I'm easily distracted too. I can be guilty of all these things. I just think it's fun to think about that as like real life tabletop kind of lag. You
yeah,
know, the one thing that can still lag if you remove all the internet and computer elements
is your mind.
our
Yeah.
minds.
Yeah. Keegan knows all about that. I caught him staring at one of our boards. I said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I just figuring out how many rows there would be if I had to plow this." Like, you're not plowing it. We're supposed to be fighting. Oh wow, many Warmut's posting his so now you're killing Santa. Two or less, they didn't believe hard enough. You know what? We should do that role at work. Just tell them you just didn't have enough belief to make it through the day. So we can't do what you request.
I love
It's a
that.
superficial request.
I love that there's a mechanic and consequence for not believing hard enough. It's almost like the whole clap for Tinkerbell. You have to believe in Tinkerbell for her to come back to life. You know, everybody's
Oh
clapping
no,
for Tinkerbell.
I didn't see that.
It's in, I think, the second Peter Pan movie. Also used milk and cookies to distract Santa from you. Oh, that's awesome.
There you go. Well, that would distract other ones too, wouldn't it? Mini Wormut. Actually, Mini Wormut would be in trouble with tacos and nachos. He eats a lot of tacos and nachos on the side when we game. And I'm just like, it's like when the guy from Taco Bell shows up at your house and he knows you by name, then you know you're getting a few orders.
There's this game on Steam right now, Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah.
It made me think of Mini Warmut talking about nachos and tacos because the one of the main characters is at gunpoint. He got caught by the guards,
Oh.
and he's like, "Have any last words?" And he goes, I wish I'd eaten more tacos." And the guard sits there for a minute, and he's like, "Huh, me too, actually."
Lets him go. Wow. There's nothing wrong with tacos, Mini Wormut. We just have to, you know, it's just amazing because sometimes when he's getting ready to set up a show, he'll have his food there in front of the camera, and then he has to move the camera or move the food off to the side of the camera. I'm like, damn, I wasn't hungry, but now I'm hungry. Yeah, that is. I could see that happening with you, Mini Wormut.
Now I want some tacos.
Yeah, tacos sound good. Or I don't know, milk and cookies too, kind of.
Although today I'm making shepherd's pie for my daughter. She requests that almost every year for her birthday.
Oh wow, is it her birthday today?
It was yesterday.
Oh wow, okay, nice. How old is she now?
Up here, still 5.
Yeah, in your mind. Mm-hmm.
According to her, she's 15.
Oh yeah, pretty soon, Mythos. They grow up and move out really quick, and it happens quick too. It's one day, it's like I'm doing this, and you're like, really? Who's this guy? No, I'm not going to introduce him, Dad, because I want him back. You're like, okay. What the hell? Choco tacos have been discontinued?
Choco tacos?
No, they can't discontinue those.
Honestly, I thought Choco tacos disappeared a long time ago. I was just telling my wife about Choco tacos the other day.
Yeah, I've had one this year. Actually, I've had a couple of them this year. The all ice cream lady come through, and it's kind of funny because she asked me, about a month or two ago. She come through and she goes, "So, where's the kids?" I said, "The kids." She goes, "Yeah." I said, "You've been coming here 14 years. They're gone. They grew up." What? It's been that long? I said, "Yeah, you've been here 14 years coming where we live." And yeah, I just bought. Well, it's been a couple months, but yeah, I hope they didn't discontinue Choco Tacos.
Similarly, I saw an article in the news yesterday. I was a huge Spice Girls fan growing up. Posh Spice is my favorite. Um, and I saw an article yesterday that said Posh Spice's son, whatever his name is, Beckham, turned 23 this year. And I'm like, I'm not that old. That's not possible. I'm not that old.
You're like,
Her son can't be 23. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because time goes quick. Where does Keegan come up with this? No, Keegan. I'm a little shocked you said okay that quickly.
Mythos's man card deleted. Have you seen the Spice Girls? They are very attractive. Okay, seriously, as a teenage boy, what do you think made me start watching the Spice Girls?
What was solely for their talent?
Yes, it was their talent. Yes. Yeah. Especially since Posh was known for wearing the little tiny dresses.
But you didn't really pay attention to that. It was just talent.
Yes.
Well, Keegan just flat out says the truth. They were hot back then, yeah. He concedes it's true. Yeah. That's what I like about having you guys on. Anybody that randomly comes by and I see it on my end, they go, "This is a gaming channel. They're talking about the Spice Girls." What? Choco Tacos? What? So yeah. Oh no, Mythos.
Why do you think I got with you as your friend?
Sneaky Mythos. Start out as a friend, work your way in there, huh? Oh, it's in your head now.
It's in your head now, many more. But oh man card deleted.
You just got your back. Yeah. Unfortunately, Mini Wormite, it'll probably stay there the rest of the night. Yeah. I don't know. Well, at least we all have fun. That's a good thing. Dance, monkey, dance. I'm telling you, I'm just waiting for Keegan to actually do something. Like I told him, there's rules going to this convention. First of all, you're not going to walk in there with some kind of chains on and a leash and hand it to me because I'm not taking the leash. No, I'm not. We're not doing that. Shut up, Keegan. If you would be my lover.
That's always my goal, or that's always our goal whenever Mini Wormite's on our stream too. We have to break him at least once.
Well, yeah, otherwise he just gets too stretched. You just got to break his mind down just a little bit. That way he can refocus, Mythos. So you're just helping him out. That's all you're doing.
Of course.
Because friendships never end.
You know, it's like turning it off and turning it back on again. You know, it's helpful. Mm-hmm.
Keegan, you should just do a sound recording on Messenger, record the voice. We'll just record that song and send a clip to Mini Wormite. Then when he opens it, don't forget I told you to do this.
Instead of a sound clip, just make it a video clip and he can dance while he's doing
it. He's like the keyboard. Oh, hey, Jeff was dating the Spice Girls until Brittany showed up.
Right.
We'll agree with that. Wait a minute. If Jeff was dating her, everybody else was dating him too. Well, That's right. Poor mini Warmut Jeff. He's having a hard day. First the Hex Encounter talk, and now the Spice Girl stuff. He's not sure what to do. You can't leave mini Warmut. You're addicted like the rest of us. Like, you have to find out what's going to be said next. That's why I tune into other people's shows. You got to find out. See, Mythos, I appreciate you coming on and waking him up just a little bit, and encourages Keegan. So, and Keegan needs encouragement, or no, but he might need help.
Yep. It was Spice Girls, and then Hit Me Baby One More Time.
No,
then,
Mythos.
And then Genie in a Bottle. Oh, man. This was back when MTV actually used to show music videos.
Oh, do you remember MTV when they first came out and they showed Duran Duran's Girls on Film? Oh, yeah. That worked for a couple times airing it, and then they put up the cleaner version.
Wow.
I watched that. I was like, holy crap. That's a video? Jeff, it says he has 2 Chihuahuas that are a pound waiting to be adopted. Mini Wormut's just smack talking to everybody now. We got him really fired up.
Who did this?
Well, let's blame it on Keegan, Mythos. Because certainly you had nothing to do with it.
Right.
I know. Because I watch.
I mean, as we've discussed on my show, I mean, I am Mythos, the patron saint of innocence. So.
Wow. That's interesting. And I know you're trying to be serious, so I'm giving you a freak in the freak breeding program. That's just funny. That's why every once in a while I harass him about that. But see, I notice Freak's a little afraid to come on here sometimes, huh?
Just Sunday's usually his big day with the family.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
He plays the keyboard at his local church, and then after that, all 3 of his daughters bring their families over to his house. So he always has a big family.
Oh hell, that's more important. He should take care of that. That's cool. Well, tell him when we said hi, anyways. Oh, there goes Keegan. Oops, you did it again. But Keegan, I've heard you say that on other things. This is Keegan walking into the game store right there. Oops, I did it again. Mini Warmut's just going to leave. We're just going to see the number go pink, and he'll just leave. But yeah, I don't know.
Yep, those were definitely the big heartthrobs back then.
Yeah.
I apologize. I've gotten us so derailed from gaming.
No, that's part of gaming, man. This is what gamers like, right? I mean, we'll talk about movies too that relate to stuff. So we're not too derailed. Like I said, I've pretty much covered all I could do for what we're doing and get some of these games. Mini Warmut's got after he's done with his horrifically dark side of the holiday stuff.
Which hub is that?
Huh?
Oh, Mini Warmut was just referencing the hub. I was just
the Phoenix hub.
Oh, Phoenix hub. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean those derail on your show, not here. My bad.
It's all good. Well, as soon as you get your package, Mini Warmut, you're gonna have fun with that game. So, Keegan, no, the hub.
That's what I thought when I read Warmut's message there.
Yeah, because he's waiting for a package, so I thought he meant at the Phoenix, distribution center. The mail hub. The mail hub.
Yeah. I saw package. I saw the hub. Phoenix begins with the letter P. I was just confused there for a minute.
Look at Keegan, the P hub. We know what you're talking about there, Keegan.
Oh, yes. That's what Keegan's referring to. Yes.
That's why he has to constantly keep getting rid of his phones, Mythos. They're constantly contracting viruses, and he doesn't know why. Yep. We know where your mind's at, Keegan.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you buy them in the clearance aisle. Get off my lawn. You don't want Keegan on your lawn anywhere, mutt. But anyways, I mean, Keegan's now having too much fun. Sorry, Jeff. You're probably gonna tell Wardrobe, man, that Greg dude and his company, they're just dysfunctional as hell. Yeah. But that's how we like it. It's all good that way.
Your daughter got me off the internet.
Yeah. I told her to stay away from onlyfarmers.com, but she had to go there.
At least he's wasn't from Wish.
99 cents. No returns, right? Bought as is. Poor Crystal. What are you going to chase him off with, Mini Wormut? I wouldn't use a hose. I think the only fair thing you could do is fire a few warning shots over his way. Crystal.
Wow.
Good girl, honey.
Oh, wow.
Slingshots. Hey, that's good, Mini Wormut. They're quiet. Yeah. Just use a marble. Don't use one of those official steel BB things because then they can trace it. You just want to use a marble. Uh-oh. You're going to get hurt now, Keegan. If you're telling Crystal she has to sleep on the floor. Now, she'll just cuddle with the dog. Poor Keegan, next week, Mythos, you see him on the show. His fingers are all broken and bandaged. She wouldn't leave me, but she broke all my fingers. I can't paint. I can't pick my Votons up and cuddle with them. And oh, here we go. You'll probably lose in the end, Keegan.
Well, of course. I mean,
yeah.
Once we say I do, we don't get to win anymore.
That's true. That's true.
Kidding, of course. Love my lovely lady.
You have a cool wife, though, it sounds like, so that's good.
And of course, saying I do her was winning.
Plus, didn't you say something about she has these special skills where she can kick your butt?
Oh, yeah, she has a gold medal in breaking things.
Yeah, you had said something about that a long time ago, and I remember that. So, hey, Crystal, that's a good idea. No broken fingers. See, here's where we capitulate. See that right there? No broken fingers.
And to get the golden medal, she had to strike with different areas, so she can break with her hand, her elbow, her knee.
With her knee?
Yeah.
I can see the elbow and the hand.
Yeah, it's different breaks they have to do. Break video into episodes, whole video recording, or just turn the report. Oh, turn by turn report of what happened.
What do you like best, Mythos? Because I guess it kind of depends. Well, I guess, Mini Worma, it depends on how long the game is, because like we've all talked, people they don't have long attention spans anymore if they're not doing something. Like we all will sit and listen to other channels and stuff while we're painting and things, but just other people in general, sometimes they don't have an hour to devote to something.
A lot of people like to watch the die rolls. Yeah. I think in general, like looking at algorithms and stuff like that for battle reports. Well, at least when I've done the research, it's been for 40K battle reports. But in general, it seems like the ones where you show every dice roll are more popular. But the shorter form ones have better, I think, retention or watch time because, sometimes people zone out mid video. Um, so I guess there are benefits both ways. I guess just go which one you prefer. I think personally, a doing it in one video, one way or the other, whether you do it the turn by turn or the long form, is more cohesive than breaking one game up into multiple episodes. But yeah, so about 50-50 exactly.
Yeah, because you could do a brief overview with the dice rolls too. It's kind of hard to say because it used to be, um, well, looking at things, it was set how people did stuff. Now it's like with TikTok. I mean, you're lucky if people watch whatever it is you put up. You're lucky if they get past the first 20 seconds
Yeah.
because it's taught them to just do this. And that dopamine effect, literally, they got to see what the next thing is. So even if your content is engaging, I've seen a lot of top people who are complaining their stuff's not watched even for a minute. They got all these views because they got all these subscribers, but they're not getting through views of stuff.
This question, I think, is the scariest thing anyone can hear from their lovely wife. Would you rather have broken models or broken fingers? Fingers every time. Fingers.
Because they'll heal. Don't break my models.
Exactly.
Yeah, the editing takes time. I guess it kind of, I mean, I don't know, Mini Wormwood. That's kind of hard to say because I'm not an expert. I mean, I honestly have videos I didn't think that were going to get views, like that 3 minute one with the little overpass I did. It was like 20 something thousand views, and they watched the entire 3 minutes. And I'm like, this is just on a thing I opened and put tanks on it, you know. And then something else will get 20 views. So I
It's
don't
always
know.
hard to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, well, like what I'm gonna do with this hex encounter game because it's brand new is I'm gonna just simply like go over this is where we moved from, this is what we did, this is the outcome. It's not gonna be very long because it's one side, this military side's turn, and then the next one. And I'll put those out mainly because I'm trying to learn and I kind of want feedback from Jeff and McMurray and Wardrobe and Charles and the others because I want to make sure I'm doing it at least halfway correct. Um, but I guess if I were going to do it, I would go through an overview of each turn by turn with this type of game. So with other games, I like Zombicide, man. That's different, completely different format. Whoops, hold on. A completely different format. So I don't know. Maybe condense it up a little, I guess. That's just hard, isn't it, Mythos? I don't know. I guess put it out there and see what people think. Oops, are you there, Mythos? Oh, he froze up. Um, there, I think. Are you back, Mythos? Oh man. I take the link again, Mythos. Because for whatever reason it's yeah, I know he's froze up there, Keegan. Mythos, retake the link and try it again on this end, it showed your signal going down and then it just stopped. Although my signal is all the way up, so I don't know. No, Mythos. There you go, Jeff. The internet gerbils. Not supposed to try to be using, the Wi-Fi. Like Keegan tries to use it from McDonald's next door, and I told him, don't do that. Well, that sucks. He was on, and it just showed his bars on his side drop off. Although he is in Texas too, so it's got to get from him to here and back. Let's see here. Sorry about that, you guys. Hey, Keegan, will you post in their chat for Mythos to just retake the link again and see if that works? It's quite possible too that maybe his phone might have died or something, or his connection there. Well, I don't think he was on his phone, though, was he? No. So let's see if he can redo that. But anyways, while we're waiting for Mythos there. No, you're okay, Mythos. You can retake it, or if you don't feel like getting back on, you don't have to. But you're like the star of the show there, man, too. So if your internet's down, your internet's down. That happens. So Jeff, like I said, we're going to do it. Put up little snippets in as we go. So that way you see what we're doing. The wife got him finally. No. Well, Mythos, if you can't get back on, man, thank you for that miniature that you got me. I appreciate it. That's pretty cool. I could definitely add him to my force. It was one I was looking at anyways, and the fact that you painted it, man, that's really awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, his wife didn't get him, no, Keegan, because look, he responded. He laughed. Now, just remember, Mythos, that big box with the holes in it, just remember. Especially if you hear something along the lines of, my fingers, yeah, then you'll know it's Keegan. She could have responded. You're right, Keegan. She could have. Well, now you've been watching too many of those crime shows. It's possible though. Very, very possible. Oh Lordy. But anyways, it's been a good, interesting day, and we got some things coming up. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy. And we're always open to suggestions and stuff too. And Mini Wormut, I know you'll check in on my updates on this Panzer battles. I'm sure you will. And yeah, we'll see what we can do with that. Tomorrow, Keegan, I think after work is Monday, so you're going to come by and we'll work on the Soviet response. And it should hopefully heat up from there, because couldn't really do a whole lot with the Germans other than move them, get them close enough to try to do something. But you'll see when I post that little video. It'll just be a quick video. Keegan, we could play Twister. No, Keegan, that's okay. No. I'm good, sir. I'm good. But yeah, we're not going to play Twister. So we are going to finish up the Soviet response, though, Keegan. So you come by tomorrow after work for that and that only, sir. No anything else. So there we go. Before we go back down a dark road, I just blame it on Mini Wormut because he's into the dark stuff right now, anyway. So, but with that said, you guys, I guess we could go ahead and kind of wrap it up. I appreciate you guys all coming on the show and hanging out, and we'll try to do you guys proud there, Jeff, Wardrobe, and McMurray, and Charles, and see if we can't get this accomplished the way it's supposed to be. So I will catch up with you guys later. It's already almost 5:30, so I'll go ahead and I'll end this so I can work on getting some dinner and getting a few things done. And I'll catch up with you guys later. Mythos, thank you very much. Again, greatly appreciated, sir. You have no idea. So we'll see you guys next week. If you can pop on in, that'd be great. And if not, you guys have a good rest of the week. And thank you, Jeff, for stopping by.